wife's the brains behind the charm. She holds me together. That makes her the most dangerous of all.
Not real. Heads don't explode like that.
Heads don't explode like that?
No.
How do heads explode?
You have no idea who I am, do you?
A second season of a French special ops war drama, a new series from Succession creator Jesse Armstrong, and a star-studded mafia drama called MobLand. Welcome to our new TV series and TV film show with our critic, Dheepthika Laurent. Hi there, Dheepthika.
Hi, Charli.
Let's start with a French series, the second season of Cœur Noir, which is coming out on Prime Video.
Yeah, that's right. Cœur Noir, it's known as Dark Hearts in English. It was a fairly successful series when it was first released in 2023. It stars French actor Nicolas Duvauchel, and it really follows a group of French special ops forces in Iraq during the height of the Islamic State group's rule. Now, season 2 follows their attempts to rescue one of their team members called Saab, excellently portrayed by French actress Nina Meurice, who is kidnapped and held hostage by the terrorist group.
And in fact, one of our colleagues, France 24's Nina Masson, she got the chance to talk to two of the actors, Nicolas Duvauchel and Nina Meurice. Take a look.
Qu'est-ce qui vous intéresse exactement?
On cherche une Française, prisonnière dans Mossoul.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux, Zaïd?
Ma fille et mon petit-fils.
Il n'y a que nous, le 45, qui pouvons libérer ça.
Tout ce qui concerne la libération de Saab, c'est du domaine de la DGSE maintenant.
C'est notre priorité absolue. Si on ramène Saab, on nous pardonnera tout. Et si ça foire.
The series focuses on an aspect of the military that we don't necessarily see often. We're more in the heads of the soldiers than in their physical ability, and I think that's really the strength of the series. It's trying to understand how a mission like that works.
And we got lots of feedback from people we train with, and they were happy. I kept getting messages from people from the army asking when the second season was coming out. So yeah, it's nice to hear that. And it makes us think we did a good job.
On a bien fait notre boulot.
Ouais.
On a compris contre qui on se bat. Et on ira jusqu'au bout, ensemble, sans faillir.
Dheepthika, I can't lie, I'm a little stressed just watching the trailer right there. What were your thoughts on season 2?
Well, one thing that I do like about this show is that it does not romanticize war at all or the special ops forces in any way. It really offers, or it attempts to offer, a very realistic portrayal of the perilous missions that these soldiers undertake in often terrifying conditions. It is intense, it's violent, it's distressing to watch, I agree. But there is also a nice juxtaposition between how the difficulties of balancing their personal lives and these missions. However, this season did feel a little bit more laborious to watch. Personally, I had to rewind a lot of the scenes to make sure I kind of understood the intrigues. But I did finish the six episodes in 3 days, so it's definitely bingeable. I would say it's a solid follow-up season. At this stage, it doesn't look likely that there will be a third season.
Right. Well, I was a huge fan of the series Succession. So I'm very excited for you to tell us about creator Jesse Armstrong's next project. It's a TV film this time about tech bro billionaires. Sounds a little bit timely.
Yeah, very timely. And I think I dare say you'll recognize some very quirky personalities in these characters. It's a TV film called Mountain Head. It's named for this mountain resort that in which these four characters are based. Now, Jesse Armstrong wrote and directed this TV film in his directorial debut. It boasts an impressive cast. There's Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, stand-up comedian Rami Youssef, and Corey Michael Smith. They play 4 tech billionaires hiding out in this luxurious mountain retreat called Mountain Head for a weekend while an international crisis of their doing unfolds around them. Basically, what happens is you have these deep fakes, and one of the billionaires, his name is Venice, his social media network. And these deep fakes are circulating, and they've sparked violence and unrest around the world. And earlier this month, I spoke with 2 of the actors, Corey Michael Smith and Rami Youssef, who play Venice and Jeff, respectively. Take a look.
4 presidents of tech. Get your net worth on.
59.
63 bill.
Feels good.
220
Guys,
Is this on every channel?
there have been a number of occurrences since your launch.
UN officials are now openly attributing the recent uptick in ethnic tension to powerful new generative AI tools unveiled last week on Tram.
I just want to say this is not on you, Venice.
Obviously, it's not on me. Why would you even say that?
This isn't a biopic or a one-for-one for anybody in the tech world, but it is kind of, that allegory of what it looks like to have, people who might not have I guess you could say, the most up-to-date emotional software, but they're in this position of incredible power.
This really, what they're trying to figure out is how can he save his business and his well-being and his net worth and his position of power. And if that means offing your friend, then, well, that's just what has to be done. And playing that straight is so funny and really enjoyable, but outrageous and really despicable. But as an actor, what a gas.
This is a terrifying experience, and I don't know that I'll ever recover.
Really hitting a lot of newsworthy notes in this script here. What were your thoughts, your verdict?
Well, look, first thing I thought was the casting is brilliant. And when I did speak to those two actors, they were very careful not to mention or not to say whom their characters were based, although there are a lot of parallels you can draw. Now, Jesse Armstrong uses that trademark sarcastic wit and dark humor that we also saw in Succession to entertain us with these fundamentally abominable characters. The film is shot nearly entirely in this luxurious resort, which is gorgeous and luxurious, but also feels claustrophobic, and I think that definitely is a cinematographic technique. It's also remarkable how quickly this project was done. Basically, from pitch to release, it took only 6 months, and reportedly Armstrong said he really wanted to rush this project because he felt that it was so timely, it needed to get out quickly. And, as you can see there, there's a deliberate, not so subtle dig at toxic tech billionaires, the damage of unchecked power, pampered egos, eye-watering wealth, as well as the dangers of unregulated artificial intelligence and deepfakes and social media and so forth. Now, the damage we see it in this film. It's a world where social networks and AI and deepfakes have replaced news gathering and journalism, and the impact is very real, and I think that's where the film really hits hard, and the message could not be more topical. I'm just not quite sure how much of it I understood, because there is a lot of sort of tech jargon and business jargon that sometimes you might get lost in, but overall, a solid film.
Perfect for a certain kind of audience.
Exactly.
Well, your next series that you're bringing us has a more classic theme, the mafia. Lots to touch on there. We've got Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, Tom Hardy, some big names headlining a British mafia drama called MobLand. This one from Paramount+.
Yeah, that's right. And it's from the brains of Guy Ritchie, who directed the first 2 episodes of this British gangster drama. Now, Pierce Brosnan and a chilling Helen Mirren play the head of the Harrigan family in MobLand. They're jostling for power and influence against a rival family, the Stevensons. Tom Hardy is their reliable fixer, if you like. He's the man they call when they need help cleaning messes, so to speak. The series was released in the US and UK back in March. It gets its French premiere this month. Take a look.
Name's Conrad Harrigan, family man. And if you cross my family, well, you'd better pray. We shake the right hands, break the wrong ones.
I think we have a situation developing.
We don't ask, we take. And when someone forgets their place, I've got a man for that.
Problem solved.
All right, decades after playing Bond, looks like Pierce Brosnan still got it there. What did you make of the series?
Well, as I said, Guy Ritchie directed the first 2 episodes. It definitely has his trademark cartoonish gangster humor. It is a British mafia drama, but Pierce Brosnan plays the head of a Irish clan, the Harrigan family, and he's comical and terrifying at the same time, as this patriarch who's desperately trying to hold on to his family's reputation and empire. Now, the pairing of a Pierce Brosnan and a cold-blooded Helen Mirren and the clinical Tom Hardy is fabulous. It just really works really well, and they help transcend the series beyond your typical mafia crime drama. There are some tropes, though. You have the idiot son or the grandson whose messes need to be fixed, and the gratuitous violence. But, overall, I found that it was a pretty decent crime drama. It's a fun, violent ride with some very good performances from a star-studded cast.
All right. And finally, Deepthi, I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on this next one. A famed Judy Blume novel that's getting a modern makeover, so to speak, from Netflix. Like so many women of our generation, Judy Blume played a very pivotal role in my adolescence, so I'm excited to see how this was transformed.
Well, mine too. Judy Blume was, a pivotal person in a lot of our childhoods, especially if you grew up in a certain time. Now, this 1975 novel is about the sexual awakening of 2 teenagers. It was considered, Charli, one of the most controversial of her books because of its sexual content. It led to the book actually being banned from schools in multiple U.S. states, including Florida, Iowa, and Texas. That's according to PEN America, a nonprofit organization that advocates freedom of expression. In the TV series, showrunner Mara Brock Akil, who actually brought us the 2000s series Girlfriends, reimagines a book. It's called Forever, and it's set in LA in 2018, featuring 2 Black leads. You have Keisha, who's a star athlete. Her family is living paycheck to paycheck, but she dreams of an Ivy League college. And Justin, a basketball player with ADHD from a wealthy family who's feeling the pressure to succeed. They meet at a party and their lives are never the same afterwards. It's tender, it's affectionate, it so beautifully tackles the unique challenges of being Black in America while addressing issues that affect teens all round, like revenge porn, consent, and difficulties like ADHD. It's been lauded for its depiction of Black teenage love, something you almost never see on television, and it's already been renewed for a 2nd season.
Yeah, far out of my teenage years, but I have to say, watching the trailer, I got a little emotional watching it. That's right. Thank you so much, Deepthi, and we're going to leave you, audience, with a look at this update of Judy Blume's book Forever, out on Netflix this month. And of course, for more Arts 24, you can always check out our website. That's France24.com. Stay with us. The news is next.
You're just weeks away from getting that scholarship. Don't let that boy distract you. Early decision is your best shot.
Just have it all planned out, don't you?
No, we have a plan.
I don't want to weigh you down.
You don't have to worry about that.
I think we have something good going. I'm always going to be here for you.
Forever.